Hi, Baldy Jack here, and today's video is on the NECA Retro Friday the 13th Part 2 Jason Voorhees action figure. And yeah, let's get on to the video.
The Retro Cloth Part 2 Jason released fall of 2014, and from what I remember, when this thing was on NECA's eBay, this thing sat there forever. Like, this thing wasn't a big seller, sadly. So now, of course, you know, it's a bit difficult to get a hold of, but anyway. First off, as usual, we have the lovely artwork that comes with, you know, most of these retro cloth figures. Of course, this art was done by Jason Edmondson, which he did quite a few of these. Of course, you have the figure here. Of course, you know, the machete's kind of loose there. We have a nice image of the figure and a little read up there, so if you would like to read that, you can pause right now. And yes, there you have it, 2014. So what I'll do is I'll make sure to take him out of his clamshell contraption, and we're going to have a better look at him. Alright, now that we got him out of the packaging, we can take a look at his accessories, as he only comes with 3 weapons. So first off, we have the pickaxe here. The handle on this thing is very dark, which is kind of odd because, you know, it's supposed to be like a wood grain brown, so kind of interesting choice for paint going on there, but nevertheless, it looks pretty good. Then we have the pitchfork. I don't know, something about this pitchfork. It's just this one simple color besides actually the pitchfork part of it itself, with the blades here. It's a slighter tone than the actual handle piece, but it's almost this one simple, like, matte color. And then lastly, of course, we have a machete. And of course, this isn't the machete that he used on the guy in the wheelchair. It's the machete that Jenny uses on Jason in the end of the film, since, you know, the machetes were 2 completely different blade designs. So you have that. It has a pretty good, like, weathering effect on there. I think this is probably one of the better looking accessories out of the other 2. It actually looks quite nice. And of course, you have the rivets there on the handle, only 2 rivets. We can take a look at Jason himself, and I say this a lot with the retro cloth figures, like, they're one of those underappreciated kind of figures. Like, not everyone digs them, and I can understand that. The clothing on this guy, like, it doesn't fit him nice and snug, but, you know, none of the retro figures, you know, back when they made them, back when, were like this. You know, they were kind of meant to be a little oversized, a bit baggy. But I think it looks kind of fine on this figure. Of course, you have the overalls, nicely stitched. You can actually remove them if you wanted to with these clips here. And then, of course, you have, like, the rope here around Jason's neck, and you can, you know, just easily undo that. And we can take a look at his face. The face on this guy, honestly, I think this is better than what the Ultimate Part 2 Jason looks like. Something about this head sculpt, it looks a lot more clear, possibly because of the fact that, you know, it's a 1 scale up higher, so, you know, they can get away with more detail on a larger scale than something that is, you know, quite smaller. Of course, you have his patches of hair here and there. It looks really good, honestly. Probably one of the better looking retro cloth head sculpts for Jason. Articulation, as usual, is the very simple rundown. You know, you have the ball joint at the head, looks down about that much. He can't look up high very well because of the hair, you know, hinders that. You have pin and socket shoulders, single joint at the elbow, you can swivel and hinge at the wrist. And of course, with this figure, it being the predated versions, the legs have that stupid, like, swivel crotch joint, which they're super useless, honestly, and they kind of mess around and don't help the figure stand a lot. So you have a single joint at the knee, and then, you know, the stupid hinge joint for the foot. I would sum this figure up as a very underwhelming Jason figure. I mean, it's not one of those complex Jason designs, but it's something simple and, you know, kind of predates the hockey mask. you can, just tie the rope in place and whatnot. So, there you go. You can just barely see his eye in there, which I kind of like that. Kind of give him the pickaxe. He doesn't quite hold these weapons the best because, the left hand is kind of just this open, relaxed hand, so you have to kind of mess around with it and, get him in a pose that you want. So, if you can find this figure, I recommend it, but with no other than that, I would like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll for sure have that photo gallery. And until then, I'll see you all next time.